This happened around August 2015 when I moved into Airport Heights apartments. It was with my mother, my younger sister, 12 at the time, and my 9-year-old severely autistic brother. My sister had always been incredibly lazy, so my mother had me go with her to set things up. She was downstairs washing dishes, and I was in the room I share with my sister, blowing up air mattresses. My grandmother, whom we lived with up until this point, showed up, and they went down to the bar to have coffee because it's cheap and they do it daily. After blowing up the beds, it was dead quiet, and I was organizing some of the other stuff I had brought, which wasn't much, when I heard the sound of dishes being moved around and washed downstairs. I figured it was my mother home, so I went downstairs to see if I could go out. No one was there. I figured it was my mind playing tricks on me and went outside. To the right is a small gravel-filled side yard, and I don't remember the first message, but the second and third said, "Look behind you, he will find you." Children's handprints in chalk lined the fence along with the messages. It honestly scared me, and I felt uneasy, but I chalked it up all to someone fucking with me majorly. I told my mother and grandmother and got yelled at because I was not to start this shit here. A few weeks later, I had made some friends my age, and we were at Greg's place playing D&D. Earlier, I had been sitting in the living room with Greg. We were alone for the others, just waiting for them, and that's when we heard a huge noise upstairs. What was that? A door. I thought we were alone. We are. Then, what? I messed with a Ouija board when I was a kid. Didn't care about the rules, and I have some demons. Literally. They slam doors and float my knives. Why? I was a stupid kid. The others got there and we started. About halfway through, I got a bit hungry and decided to head back home to reheat some fries and tater tots from the previous day. I asked them if they liked a lot of salt, which they do, and made my way back. My mom had gone out drinking, and my sister was at a friend's, and my brother was upstairs asleep, and as long as I wasn't leaving the apartments, my mother approved. When I entered the kitchen, every single cabinet was open. I figured it was my sister searching for snacks, so I closed them all and got my fries before heading back. It was maybe a half hour later before the ding-dong ditchers came. Greg and Nick chased them down and told them that if they did it again, they'd cut them. Maybe around 15 to 20 minutes later, there was a knock at the door, and it was my sister. Someone was in our house. We rushed over there, and there were the boys, the ding-dong ditchers. They told me that they had done it to our house, but right as they tried to run away, a man swung the door open. He told them he lived there, and to not come back before stepping outside, locking the door, and leaving. My mother is the only one in the house with a key. I felt my hand shake as I took the door handle in my hand and turned. It opened no problem, and I rushed upstairs. My brother rarely wakes during the night, but he was up and rocking with a tear-streaked face. I hugged him and let him calm down, and I asked what was wrong. He can speak a little bit, enough to tell you what he wants or needs, and to hold short conversations. He said something about a man, and Nick threw open my mother's door, a pocket knife in his hand. I told him to be careful, as I wasn't sure if my mother was home. Later he told me he had gotten a terrible gut feeling, and that he was a retired necromancer, the latter I am still skeptical of. He told me he felt a presence in my home, and that after the evidence he had seen, he speculated that it was a remaining presence of a poltergeist. But after he opened my mother's door, it was gone, and I don't need to worry. I don't know how much I actually believe him, though. All I know is that whoever or whatever was in my house, let's not meet.